Camera's dark.
Hello, and welcome to another week of live play readings. Tonight, we are pleased to present The Taming of the Shrew. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're not Artistic Director Claire, and I'm used to seeing her at the start of these readings, and I don't like this because I fear change. I promise you'll get to hear from Claire later, but I am TJ, and I'm the Technical Director for Zenith Players. All of the marvelous actors you'll be hearing from tonight are volunteering their time and their talent from the safety of their own homes. Many of them just first met each other about 15 minutes ago when they logged into this Zoom meeting. We want to thank them for coming in to join us. We'd like to give a shout out to our friend who played Benedict in our first reading of Much Ado About Nothing, Julian Blake Gordon. If you're in the mood for some music, check out his page at 8 o'clock tonight for An Evening with Tim and Julian. We'll paste the link in the comments. Also, please welcome your friendly neighborhood Shakespeare, Dan Kostelik, as he joins us once again. You can find out some more about him on Facebook at Shakespeare Approves, your friendly neighborhood Shakespeare, or visit shakespeareapproves.com. We'll put links to all that in the comments as well. While you're there, check out and share the Indiegogo page for his upcoming performance with the social distancing players, Romeo and Juliet, the Flying Implement of Doom edition. To quote Master Shakespeare himself, it's going to be weird. Please also check out our website, zenithplayers.com, and feel free to click on that very attractive donations page. In this time of social distancing, when many theaters have shut down entirely, your donations are what help to keep all of this running. 100% of all donations go into performance-related costs, in this case, keeping our website up and running, paying for the various subscriptions required to facilitate these live streams. If you want to read with us, send us an email at casting@zenithplayers.com and we will get you on board. Finally, and most importantly, we all want to send a massive thank you to everyone on the front lines, the doctors, nurses, and grocery store workers, all the essential workers helping to combat this pandemic and helping to keep us all safe and really allowing us to do this. We know it can't possibly repay what you do for us, but we hope we can give you some entertainment for a few hours every week. I'll give you some more information about those upcoming projects after the reading, but for now, Zenith Players proudly presents The Taming of the Shrew, featuring as Baptista Minola, father to Catherine and Bianca, Steve Anderson. Eleanor Bennett as Bianca, his younger daughter. As the suitors to Bianca, Caitlin Jurowitz will be playing Gremio. Andrew Gellos will be playing Hortensio. Patrick Brockway will be playing Lucentio. Sean Buckley will be playing Vincentio, Lucentio's father. Brad Sims will be playing Tranio as servant to Lucentio. Gwen Wark will be playing Biondello, another servant of Lucentio. Johanna Eriksson will play a merchant, later disguised as Vincentio. Emily Durango will play Petruchio's servant Grumio, and his other servants, Curtis, Nathaniel, Philip, Joseph, Nicholas, and Peter, will be played by Lorraine Ruth Rosenberg, Johanna Eriksson, Patrick Brockway, Eleanor Bennett, Emily Brennan, and Sandalee Montero. Emily Brennan will also be playing a widow. Zandalee Montero will be playing a tailor, and Lorraine Ruth Rosenberg a haberdasher. With your friendly neighborhood Shakespeare, Dan Kostelik as Petruchio, a suitor to Catherine, and Claire Bohenick as Catherine. Welcome to The Taming of the Shrew, Act 1, Scene 1. A flourish. Enter Lucentio and his man, Tranio.
Tranio, since for the great desire I had to see fair Padua, nursery of arts, I am arrived for fruitful Lombardy, the pleasant garden of great Italy, and by my father's love and leave am armed with his good will and thy good company, my trusty servant, well approved in all. Here, let us breathe and haply institute a course of learning and ingenious studies. Pisa, renowned for grave citizens, gave me my being, and my father first, a merchant of great traffic through the world. Vincentio come of the Benetivali, Vincentio's son brought up in Florence. It shall become to serve all hopes conceived, to deck his fortune with his virtuous deeds. And therefore, Tranio, for the time I study virtue, and that part of philosophy will I apply the treats of happiness by virtue specially to be achieved. Tell me, by thy might, for I have Pisa left, and am to Padua am come, as he that leaves a shallow plash to plunge him in the deep, and with Satiety seeks to quench his thirst.
I'm sorry if that's me. I lost my page.
On 31.
31.
I'm sorry, 33.
I see. Sorry about that. Gentle mastermind, I am in all affected as yourself, glad that you thus continue your resolve to suck the sweets of sweet philosophy. Only, good master, while we do admire this virtue and this moral discipline, let's be no Stoics nor those stocks, I pray, or so devote to Aristotle's checks as Ovid be an outcast quite abjured. Balk logic with acquaintance that you have, and practice rhetoric in your common talk. Music and poesy used to quicken you. The mathematics and the metaphysics fall to them as you find your stomach serves you. No profit grows where is no pleasure taken. In brief, sir, study what you most affect.
Gramercies, Tranio. Well dost thou advise. If Biondello thou wert come ashore, we could at once put us in readiness, and take a lodging fit to entertain such friends as time in Padua shall beget.
Master, some show to welcome us to town.
Enter Baptista with his 2 daughters, Catherine and Bianca, Gremio, Hortensio, suitors to Bianca.
Gentlemen, importune me no farther, for how I firmly am resolved, you know. That is, not to bestow my youngest daughter before I have a husband for the elder. If either of you both love Catherine, because I know you well and love you well, leave shall you have to court her at your pleasure.
To cart her, rather. She's too rough for me. There, Hortensio, will you any wife?
I pray you, sir, is it your will to make a stale of me amongst these mates?
Mates maid? How mean you that? No mates for you, unless you were of gentler, milder mold.
If faith, sir, you shall never need to fear. Was it not halfway to her heart? But if it were, doubt not her care should be to comb your noddle with a 3-legged stool and paint your face and use you like a fool.
From all such devils, good Lord deliver us.
Me too, good Lord.
Hushed, master, here's some good pastime forward. That wench is stark mad or wonderful froward.
But in the other's silence do I see maid's mild behavior and sobriety. Peace, Tranio.
Well said, master. Mum, and gaze your fill.
Gentlemen, that I may soon make good what I have said, Bianca, get you in, and let it not displease thee, good Bianca, for I will love thee ne'er the less, my girl.
A pretty Pete. It is best put finger in the eye, and she knew why.
Sister, content you in my discontent. Sir, to your pleasure humbly I subscribe. My books and instruments shall be my company, on them to look and practice by myself.
Hark, Tranio, thou mayst hear Minerva speak.
Signor Baptista, will you be so strange? Sorry am I that our goodwill affects Bianca's grief.
Why will you mew her up, Signor Baptista, for this fiend of hell, and make her bear the penance of her tongue?
Gentlemen, content you. I am resolved. Go in, Bianca.
Bianca exits.
And for I know she taketh most delight in music, instruments, and poetry, schoolmasters, while I keep within my house, fit to instruct her youth. If you, Hortensio, or Signor Gremio, you know any such, prefer them hither. For to cunning men I will be very kind, and liberal to mine own children in good bringing up. And so, farewell. Catherine, you may stay, for I have more to commune with Bianca.
He exits.
Why, and I trust I may go too, may I not? What, shall I be appointed hours as though belike I knew not what to take and what to leave? Ha!
She exits.
You may go to the devil's dam. Your gifts are so good, here's none will hold you. Their love is not so great, Hortensio, but we may blow our nails together and fast it fairly out. Our cake's dough on both sides. Farewell, yet for the love I bear my sweet Bianca, if I can by any means light on a fit man to teach her that wherein she delights, I will wish him to her father.
So will I, Signor Gremio. But a word, I pray. Though the nature of our quarrel yet never brooked parley, know now upon advice it toucheth us both, that we may yet again have access to our fair mistress and be happy rivals in Bianca's love, to labor and affects one thing specially.
What's that, I pray?
Marry, sir, to get a husband for her sister.
A husband? A devil.
I say a husband.
I say a devil. Think'st thou, Hortensio, though her father be very rich, any man is so very a fool to be married to hell?
Tush, Gremio, though it pass your patience and mine to endure her loud alarums, why, man, there be good fellows in the world, and a man could light on them, would take her with all faults and money enough.
I cannot tell. But I had as lief take her dowry with this condition, to be whipped at the high cross every morning.
Faith, as you say, there's small choice in rotten apples. But come, since this bar in law makes us friends, it shall be so far forth friendly maintained, till by helping Baptista's eldest daughter to a husband, we set his youngest free for a husband, and then have two afresh. Sweet Bianca, happy man be his dole, he that runs fastest to get the ring. How say you, Sir Gremio?
I am agreed, and would I had given him the best horse in Padua to begin his wooing that would thoroughly woo her, wed her, and bed her, and rid the house of her. Come on.
Gremio and Hortensio exit. Tranio and Lucentio remain on stage.
I'm sorry, my Zoom got messed up.
41.
I'm not seeing it.
I pray, sir, tell me, is it possible that love should of a sudden take such hold?
Wait a minute. I think I got it. I pray, sir, tell me, is it possible that love should of a sudden take such hold?
Oh, Tranio, till I found it to be true, I never thought it possible or likely. But see, while idly I stood looking on, I found the effect of love in idleness. And now in plainness do confess to thee, that art to me as secret as a deer, as Anna to the Queen of Carthage was. Tranio, I burn, I pine, I perish, Tranio. If I achieve not this young modest girl, counsel me, Tranio, for I know thou canst. Assist me, Tranio, for I know thou wilt.
Master, it is no time to chide you now. Affection is not rated from the heart. If love have touched you, naught remains but so. Redimi te captum quam queas minimo.
Gramercy's lad, go forward. This contents, the rest will comfort, for thy counsel sound.
Master, you looked so longly on the maid, perhaps you marked not what's the pith of all.
Oh yes, I saw sweet beauty in her face, such as the daughter of Agenor had, that made great Jove to humble him to her hand, when with his knees he kissed the Cretan strand.
Saw you no more? Marked you not how her sister began to scold and raise up such a storm that mortal ears might hardly endure the din?
Tranio, I saw her coral lips to move, and with her breath she did perfume the air. Sacred and sweet was all I saw in her.
Nay, then 'tis time to stir him from his trance. I pray awake, sir, if you love the maid, bend thoughts and wits to achieve her. Thus it stands, her elder sister is so cursed and shrewd, that till the father rids his hands of her, master, your love must live a maid at home, and therefore has he closely mewed her up, because she will not be annoyed with suitors.
Ah, Tranio, what a cruel father he is. But art thou not advised he took some care to get her cunning schoolmasters to instruct her?
Aye, marry, am I, sir, and now 'tis plotted.
I have it, Tranio.
Master, for my hand, both our inventions meet and jump in one.
Tell me thine first.
You will be schoolmaster and undertake the teaching of the maid. That's your device.
It is. May it be done?
Not possible. For who shall bear your part, and be in Padua here Vicentio's son, keep house and ply his book, welcome his friends, visit his countrymen, and banquet them?
basta, content thee, for I have it full. We have not yet been seen in any house, nor can we be distinguished by our faces for man or master. Then it follows thus: thou shalt be master, Tranio, in my stead. Keep house and port and servants as I should. I will some other be, some Florentine, some Neapolitan, or meaner man of Pisa. 'Tis hatched, and shall be so, Tranio, at once. Uncase thee, take my colored hack and cloak.
They exchange clothes.
When Biondello comes, wait on thee. He waits on thee, but I will charm him first to keep his tongue.
So had you need. In brief, sir, sith it your pleasure is, and I am tied to be obedient, for so your father charged me at our parting. Be serviceable to my son, quoth he, although I think 'twas in another sense. And I am content to be Lucentio, because I so well love Lucentio.
Tranio, be so, because Lucentio loves, and let me be a slave to achieve that maid whose sudden sight hath thralled my wounded eye.
Enter Biondello.
Here comes the rogue. Sirrah, where have you been?
Where have I been? Nay, how now? Where are you? Master, has my fellow Tranio stolen your clothes, or you stolen his, or both? Pray, what's the news?
Sirrah, come hither. 'Tis no time to jest, and therefore frame your manners to the time. Your fellow Tranio here, to save my life, puts my apparel and my countenance on, and I, for my escape, have put on his. For in a quarrel since I came ashore, I killed a man, and fear I was descried. Wait you on him, I charge you, as becomes, while I make way from hence to save my life. You understand me?
Aye, sir. Not a whit.
And not a joint of Tranio in your mouth. Tranio is changed into Lucentio.
The better for him. Would that I were so too.
So could I, faith, boy, to have the next wish after, that Lucentio indeed had Baptista's youngest daughter. But, sirrah, not for my sake, but your master's, I advise you use your manners discreetly in all kind of companies. When I am alone, why then I am Tranio, but in all places else, your master Lucentio.
Tranio, let's go. One thing more rests, that thyself execute, to make one among these wooers. If thou ask me why, sufficeth my reasons are both good and weighty.
They exit. Act 1, Scene 2. Enter Petruchio and his man Grumio.
Verona, for a while I take my leave to see my friends in Padua, but of all my best beloved and approved friend, Hortensio. And I trow this is his house. Here, Sirrah Grumio, knock, I say.
Knock, sir. Who should I knock? Is there any man has abused your worship?
Villain, I say, knock me here soundly.
Knock you here, sir? Why, sir, what am I, sir, that I should knock you, sir?
Villain, I say, knock me at this gate and rap me well, or I'll knock your knave's pate.
My master has grown quarrelsome. I should knock you first, then I know who after who comes by the worst.
Will it not be? Faith, Sirrah, and you'll not knock. I'll ring it. I'll try how you can so far and sing it.
He rings him by the ears and Grumio falls.
Mistress, help! My master is mad!
Oh, no, knock when I bid you, Sirrah! Villain!
Enter Hortensio.
How now? What's the matter? My old friend Grumio? And my good friend Petruchio? How do you all at Verona?
Signor Hortensio, come you to part the fray? Con tutte el cuore ben trovato, may I say.
Alle nostra casa benvenuto, molto onorato, signor mio Petruchio. Rise, Grumio, rise. We will compound this quarrel.
Nay, 'tis no matter, sir, what he ledges in Latin. If this be not a lawful case for me to leave his service, look you, sir, he bid me knock him and rap him soundly, sir. Well, was it fit for a servant to use his master so, being perhaps, for aught I see, 32, a pip out? Whom, would to God, I had knocked well at first, then had not Grumio come by the worst.
A senseless villain, good Hortensio. I bade the rascal knock upon your gate and could not get him for my heart to do it.
knock at the gate. Oh, heavens, spake you not these words plain. Sirrah, knock me here, rap me here, knock me well, and knock me soundly. And come you now with knocking at the gate.
Sirrah, begone or talk not, I advise you.
Petruchio, patience. I am Grumio's pledge. Why, this heavy chance twixt him and you, your ancient trusty, pleasant servant Grumio. And tell me now, sweet friend, what happy gale blows you to Padua here from old Verona?
Such wind as scatters young men through the world to seek their fortunes farther than at home, where small experience grows. But in a few, Signor Hortensio, thus it stands with me. Antonio, my father, is deceased. And I have thrust myself into this maze, happily to wive and thrive as best I may. Crowns in my purse I have, and goods at home, and so am come abroad to see the world.
Petruchio, shall then I come roundly to thee, and wish thee to a shrewd, ill-favored wife? Thou'lt thank me but a little for my counsel, and yet I'll promise thee she shall be rich, and very rich. But thou art too much my friend, and I'll not wish thee to her.
Signor Hortensio, twixt such friends as we, few words suffice. And therefore, if thou know one rich enough to be Petruchio's wife, as wealth is burden of my wooing does, be she as foul as was Florentius' love, as old as Sybil, and as cursed and shrew as Socrates and Xanthippe, or worse, she moves me not. Or worse, she removes at least affection's edge in me. Were she as rough as are the swelling Adriatic seas, I come to wive it wealthily in Padua. If wealthily, then happily in Padua.
Nay, look you, sir. He tells you flatly what his mind is. Why, give him gold enough and marry him to a puppet or an uglet baby or an old trot with a tooth in her head, though she have as many diseases as 52 horses. Why, nothing comes amiss, so money comes with all.
Petruchio, since we are stepped thus far in, I will continue what I broached in jest. I can, Petruchio, help thee to a wife with wealth enough, and young and beauteous, brought up as best becomes a gentlewoman. Her only fault, and that is fault enough, is that she is intolerable cursed, and shrewd, and froward, so beyond all measure, that were my state far worse than it is, I would not wed her for mine of gold.
Hortensio, peace. Thou knowest not gold's a fact. Tell me her father's name, and 'tis enough. For I will board her, though she'd chide as loud as thunder when the clouds in autumn crack.
Her father is Baptista Minola, an affable and courteous gentleman. Her name is Katharina Minola, renowned in Padua for her scolding tongue.
I know her father, though I know not her, and he knew my deceased father. I will not sleep, Hortensio, till I see her. And therefore, let me be thus bold with you to give over at this first encounter, unless you will accompany me thither.
I pray you, sir, then go while the humour lasts. On my word, and she knew him as well as I do, she would think scolding would do little good upon him. She may perhaps call him 60 knaves or so. Why, that's nothing. And he begin once, he'll rail in his rope tricks. I'll tell you what, sir, and she stand him but a little, he will throw a figure in her face and so disfigure her with that, she'll have no more eyes withal than a cat. You know him not, sir.
Harry, Petruchio, I must go with thee, for in Baptista's keep my treasure is. He hath the jewel of my life in hold, his youngest daughter, beautiful Bianca, and her withholds from me and other more suitors to her and rivals in my love, supposing it a thing impossible for those defects I have before rehearsed, that ever Katharina be wooed. Therefore this older hath Baptista ta'en, and none shall have access to Bianca till Katharina the cursed have got a husband.
Catherine the Cursed. A title for a maid of all titles the worst.
Now, shall my friend Petruchio do me grace and offer me, disguised in sober robes, to old Baptista as a schoolmaster, well seen in music, to instruct Bianca, so that I may, by this device at least, have leave and leisure to make love to her and unsuspected court her by myself.
Oh, here's no knavery. See, to beguile the old folks, how the young folks lay their heads together.
Enter Gremio and Lucentio disguised as Cambio, a schoolmaster.
Master, look about you. Who goes there, huh?
Peace, Grumio. It is a rival of my love. Petruchio, stand by a while.
A proper stripling and an amorous.
Oh, very well. I have perused the note. Hark you, sir, I'll have them very fairly bound, all books of love. See that at any hand, and see you read no other lectures to her. You understand me? Over and besides Signor Baptista's liberality, I'll mend it with a large S. Take your paper too, and let me have them very well perfumed, for she is sweeter than perfume itself to whom they go to. What will you read to her?
Whatever I read to her, I'll plead for you. As for my patron, stand you so assured, as firmly as yourself was still in place. Yea, and perhaps with more successful words than you, unless you were a scholar, sir.
Oh, this learning, what a thing it is.
Oh, this woodcock, what an ass it is.
And you are well met, Signor Hortensio. Trow you whither I am going, to Baptista Minola. I promised to inquire carefully about a schoolmaster for the fair Bianca, and by good fortune I have lighted well on this young man for learning and behavior fit for her turn, well read in poetry and other books, good ones, I warrant you.
'Tis well, and I have met a gentleman, hath promised me to help me to another, a fine musician to instruct our mistress, so shall I no whit be behind in duty to fair Bianca, so beloved of me.
Beloved of me, and that my deeds shall prove.
And that his bags shall prove.
Gremio, 'tis now no time to vent our love. Listen to me, and if you speak me fair, I'll tell you news indifferent good for either. Here is a gentleman whom by chance I met upon agreement from us to his liking, will undertake to woo cursed Catherine, yea, and to marry her if her dowry please.
So said, so done as well. Hortensio, have you told him all her faults? No? Sayest me so, friend? What countrymen?
Gotta check your mic settings. We've lost you.
Old Antonio, son, my father dead, my fortune lives for me, and I do hope good days and long to see.
Oh, sir, such a life with such a wife were strange. But if you have a stomach to it, to God's name, you shall have me assisting you in all. But will you woo this wildcat?
Will I live?
Will he woo her? Aye, or I'll hang her.
Why came I hither but to that intent? Think you a little din can daunt mine ears? Have I not in my time heard lions roar? Have I not heard the sea puffed up with winds, rage like an angry boar chafed with sweat? Have I not heard great ordnance in the field, and heaven's artillery thunder in the skies? Have I not in a pitched battle heard loud larums neighing steeds and trumpets clang? And do you tell me of a woman's tongue that gives not half so great a blow to hear as will a chestnut in a farmer's fire? Tush, tush, fear boys with bugs.
For he fears none.
Hortensio, hark! This gentleman is happily arrived by mine presumes for his own good and yours.
I promised we would be contributors and bear his charge of wooing whatsoe'er.
And so we will, provided that he win her.
I would I were as sure of a good dinner.
Enter Tranio, disguised as Lucentio, and Biondello.
Gentlemen, God save you. If I may be bold, tell me, I beseech you, which is the readiest way to the house of Signor Battista Minola?
He that has the two fair daughters, is he, you mean?
Even he, Biondello.
Hark you, sir, you mean not her to...
No, sir, but here I do that he hath two, the one as famous for a scolding tongue as is the other for beauteous modesty.
We're on top of 65.
Uh-oh. Mine skips from 63 to 67. I'm actually missing 4 pages.
How interesting.
I don't know why. I'm looking at the PDF. I'm sorry.
We got you.
Perhaps him and her, sir. What have you to do?
Not her that chide, sir, at any hand, I pray.
I love no chiders, sir. Biondello, let's away.
Well begun, Tranio.
Sir, a word ere you go. Are you a suitor to the maid you talk of, yea or no?
And if I be, sir, is it any offense?
No, if without more words you will get you hence.
Why, sir, I pray, are not the streets as free from me as for you?
But so is not she.
For what reason, I beseech you?
For this reason, if you'll know, that she's the choice love of Signor Gremio.
That she's the chosen of Signor Hortensio.
Softly, my masters, if you be gentlemen, do me this right. Hear me with patience. Baptista is a noble gentleman to whom my father is not all unknown. And were his daughter fairer than she is, she may more suitors have, and me for one. Fair Letta's daughter had 1,000 wooers, then, well, one more may fair Bianca have, and so she shall. Lucentio shall make one, though Paris came in hope to speed alone.
But this gentleman will outtalk us all.
Sir, give him head. I know he'll prove a jade.
Hortensio, to what end are all these words?
Sir, let me be so bold as ask you, did you yet ever see Baptista's daughter?
No, sir, but here I do that he hath two, the one as famous for a scolding tongue as is the other for beauteous modesty.
Sir, the first's for me. Let her go by.
Yea, leave that labor to great Hercules, and let it be more than Alcides 12.
Sir, understand you this of me, in sooth. The youngest daughter, whom you hearken for, her father keeps from all access of suitors and will not permit her to any man until the elder sister first be wed. The younger then is free, is not before.
If it be so, sir, that you are the man must stead us all, and me amongst the rest, and if you break the ice and do this feat, achieve the elder, set the younger free for our access, whose hap shall be to hap her, will not so graceless be to ingrate.
Sir, you say well, and well you do conceive. And since you do profess to be a suitor, you must, as we do, gratify this gentleman to whom we all rest generally beholding.
Sir, I shall not be slack in sign whereof. Please you we may contrive this afternoon, and quaff carouses to our mistress' health, and do as adversaries do in law, strive mightily, but eat and drink as friends.
Oh, excellent motion. Fellows, let's be gone.
The motion's good indeed, and be it so. Petruchio, I shall be your benvenuto.
They exit. End of Act 1. Act 2, Scene 1. Enter Catherine and Bianca with her hands tied.
Good sister, wrong me not, nor wrong yourself, to make a bondmaid and a slave of me, that I disdain. But for these other goods, unbind my hands, I'll pull them off myself. Yea, my raiment to my petticoat, or what you will command me will I do. So well I know my duty to my elders.
Of all thy suitors here, I charge thee, tell whom thou lovest best, see thou dissemble not.
Believe me, sister, of all the men alive, I have never yet beheld that special face which I could fancy more than any other.
Minion, thou liest. Is not Hortensio?
If you affect him, sister, here I swear I'll plead for you myself, but you shall have him.
Oh, then belike you fancy riches more. You will have Gremio to keep you fair.
Is it him for you do envy me so? Nay then, you jest, and now I well perceive you have but jested me all this while. I prithee, sister Kate, untie my hands.
Catherine strikes her.
If that be jest, then all the rest was so.
Enter Baptista.
Why, how now, dame? Whence grows this insolence? Bianca, stand aside. Poor girl, she weeps. Go, ply thy needle. Meddle not with her. For shame, thou hilding of a devilish spirit. Why dost thou wrong her that did ne'er wrong thee? When did she cross thee with a bitter word?
Her silence flouts me, and I'll be revenged.
What, in my sight? Bianca, get you in.
Bianca exits.
What? Will you not suffer me? Nay, now I see she is your treasure. She must have a husband. I must dance barefoot on her wedding day, and for your love to her lead apes in hell. Talk not to me. I will go sit and weep till I can find occasion for revenge.
She exits.
Was ever gentleman thus grieved as I? But who comes here?
Enter Gremio, Lucentio disguised as Cambio, Petruchio with Hortensio disguised as Lydio, and Tranio disguised as Lucentio with his boy Biendello.
Good morrow, neighbor Baptista.
Good morrow, neighbor Gremio. God save you, gentlemen.
And you, good sir. Pray, have you not a daughter called Caterina, fair and virtuous?
I have a daughter, sir, called Katharina.
You are too blunt. Go to it orderly.
You wrong me, Signor Gremio. Give me leave. I am a gentleman of Verona, sir, that hearing of her beauty and her wit, her affability and bashful modesty, her wondrous qualities and mild behavior, am bold to show myself a forward guest within your house, to make mine eye the witness of that report which I so oft have heard, and for an entrance to my entertainment, I do present you with a man of mine, cunning in music and mathematics, to instruct her fully in those sciences, whereof I know she is not ignorant, except of him, or else you do me wrong. His name is Litio, born in Mantua.
You're welcome, sir, and he for your good sake. But for my daughter Catherine, this I know she is not for your turn. The more my grief.
I see you do not mean to part with her, or else you like not of my company.
Mistake me not. I speak but as I find. Whence are you, sir? What may I call your name?
Petruchio is my name. Antonio's son, a man well known throughout all Italy.
I know him well. You are welcome for his sake.
Saving your tale, Petruchio, I pray, let us that our poor petitioners speak too. Baccara, you are a marvelous forward.
Oh, pardon me, Signor Gremio. I would fain be doing.
I doubt it not, sir, but you will curse your wooing. Neighbor, this is a gift very grateful, I am sure of it, to express the like kindness myself, that have been more kindly beholding to you than any, freely give unto you, this young scholar, that hath been long studying at rhymes, as cunning in Greek, Latin, and other languages as the other in music and mathematics. His name is Cambio. Pray accept his service.
1,000 thanks, Signor Gremio. Welcome, good Cambio. But, gentle sir, methinks you walk like a stranger. May I be so bold to know the cause of your coming?
Pardon me, sir, the boldness is mine own, that being a stranger in this city here, do make myself a suitor to your daughter, unto Bianca, fair and virtuous. Nor is your firm resolve unknown to me, in the preferment of the eldest sister. This liberty is all that I request, that upon knowledge of my parentage, I may have welcome amongst the rest that woo, and free access and favor as the rest. And toward the education of your daughters, I here bestow a simple instrument, and this small packet of Greek and Latin books. If you accept them, then their worth is great.
Lucentio is your name. Of whence, I pray?
Of Pisa, sir, son to Vincentio.
A mighty man of Pisa. By report, I know him well. You are very welcome, sir. Take you the lute, and you the set of books. You shall go see your pupils presently. Hola, within.
Enter a servant.
Sirrah, lead these gentlemen to my daughters, and tell them both these are their tutors. Bid them use them well.
Servants exit with Hortensio and Lucentio.
We will go walk a little in the orchard, and then to dinner. You are passing welcome, and so I pray you all to think yourselves.
Signor Baptista, my business asketh haste, and every day I cannot come to woo. You knew my father well, and in him me, left solely heir to all his lands and goods, which I have bettered rather than decreased. Then tell me, if I get your daughter's love, what dowry shall I have with her to wife?
After my death, the 1/2 of my lands, and in possession 20,000 crowns.
And for that dowry, I'll assure her of her widowhood, be that she survive me, and all my lands and leases whatsoever. Let specialties be therefore drawn between us, that confidence may be kept on either hand.
Aye, when the special thing is well obtained, that is, her love, for that is all in all.
Why, that is nothing, for I tell you, father, I am as peremptory as she is proud-minded. And where two raging fires meet together, they do consume the thing that feeds their fury. Though little fire grows great with little wind, yet extreme gusts will blow out fire and all. So I to her, and she yields to me, for I am rough, and woo not like a babe.
Well mayst thou woo, and happy be thy speed. But be thou armed for some unhappy words.
I to the proof as mountains are for the winds, that shakes not though they blow perpetually.
Enter Hortensio as Lydio, with his head broke.
How now, my friend? Why dost thou look so pale?
For fear, I promise you, if I look pale.
What? Will my daughter prove a good musician?
I think she'll sooner prove a soldier. Iron may hold with her, but never lute.
Why, then thou canst not break her to the lute.
Why, no, for she hath broke the lute to me. I did but tell her she mistook her frets, and bowed her hand to teach her fingering, when with a most impatient devilish spirit, "Frets call you these?" quoth she. "I'll fume thee with them." And with that word she struck me on the head. And though the instrument made way, and there I stood amazed for a while, as on a pillory, looking through the lute, while she did call me rascal fiddler and twangling jack, with 20 such vile terms as she studied to misuse me so.
Now by the world, it is a lusty wench. I love her 10 times more than e'er I did. Oh, how I long to have some chat with her.
Well, go with me and be not so discomfited. Proceed in practice with my younger daughter. She's apt to learn and thankful for good turns. Signor Petruchio, will you go with us, or shall I send my daughter Kate to you?
I pray you do. I'll attend her here.
All but Petruchio exit.
And woo her with some spirit when she comes. Say that she rail, why, then I'll tell her plain she sings as sweetly as a nightingale. Say that she frown, I'll say she looks as clear as morning roses newly washed with dew. Say she be mute, and I will not speak a word. Then I'll command her volubility, and say she uttereth piercing eloquence. If she do bid me pack, I'll give her thanks, as though she bid me stay by her a week. If she deny to wed, I'll crave the day when I shall ask the banns, and when be married. But here she comes. And now, Petruchio, speak.
Enter Catherine.
Good morrow, Kate. For that's your name, I hear.
Well, have you heard, but something hard of hearing. They call me Catherine that do talk of me.
You lie, faith, for you are called plain Kate, and bonny Kate, and sometimes Kate the Cursed. But Kate, the prettiest Kate in Christendom, Kate of Kate Hall, my super dainty Kate, for dainties are all Kates, and therefore, Kate. Take this of me, Kate, my consolation. Hearing thy mildness praised in every town, thy virtue spoke of, and thy beauty sounded, yet so not so deeply as to thee belongs, myself am moved to woo thee for my wife.
Moved? In good time, let him that moved you hither remove you hence. I knew you at the first you were immovable.
Why, what's immovable?
A joint stool.
Thou hast hit it. Come, sit on me.
Asses are made to bear, and so are you.
Women are made to bear, and so are you.
No such jade as you, if me you mean.
Alas, good Kate, I will not burden thee, for knowing thee to be but young and light.
Too light for such a swain as you to catch, and yet as heavy as my weight should be.
Should buzz.
Well ta'en, and like a buzzard.
Oh, slow-winged turtle, shall a buzzard take thee?
Aye, for a turtle as he takes a buzzard.
Come, you wasp. In faith, you are too angry.
If I be waspish, best beware my sting.
My remedy then is to pluck it out.
Ah, if the fool could find it where it lies.
Who knows not where a wasp doth wear his sting? In his tail.
In his tongue.
Whose tongue?
Yours, if you talk of tails, and so farewell.
What, with my tongue in your tail? Nay, come again, good Kate, I am a gentleman.
That I'll try.
She strikes him.
I swear I'll cuff you if you strike again.
So may you lose your arms. For if you strike me, you are no gentleman, and if no gentleman, why then no arms?
Herald, Kate, oh, you put me in thy books.
What if I crest a coxcomb?
A combless cock, so Kate will be my head.
No cock of mine, you crow too like a craven.
Nay, come, Kate, come, you must not look so sour.
It is my fashion when I see a crab.
Why, here's no crab, and therefore look not sour.
Oh, there is, there is.
Then show it me.
Had I a glass, I would.
What, you mean my face?
Well aimed of such a young one.
Now by St. George, I am too young for you.
Yet you are withered.
'Tis with cares.
I care not.
Nay, hear you, Kate, as sooth you scape not so.
I chafe you if I tarry, let me go.
No, not a whit, I find you passing gentle. 'Twas told me you were rough and coy and sullen, and now I find report a very liar. For thou art pleasant, gamesome, passing, courteous, but slow in speech. Yet sweet as springtime flowers, thou canst not frown, thou canst not look askance, nor bite the lip as angry wenches will. Nor hast thou pleasure to be cross in talk, but thou with mildness entertainst thy wooers, with gentle conference, soft and affable. Why does the world report that Kate doth limp? Oh, slanderous world! Kate, like the hazel twig, and straight and slender and brown in hue, as hazelnuts and sweeter than the kernels. Oh, let me see thee walk. Thou dost not halt.
Go, fool, and who thou keeps command.
Did ever Diane so become a grove as Kate this chamber with her princely gate? Oh, be thou Diane, and let her be Kate, and then let Kate be chaste and Diane sportful.
Where did you study all this goodly speech?
It is extempore from my mother wit.
Our witty mother witless else her son.
Am I not wise?
Yes, keep you warm.
Marry, so I mean, sweet Catherine, in thy bed. And therefore, setting all this chat aside, thus in plain terms, your father hath consented that you shall be my wife, your dowry agreed upon, and will you, I will marry you. Now, Kate, I am husband for your turn, for by this light whereby I see thy beauty that doth make me like thee well. For thou must be married to no man but me. For I am born to tame you, Kate, and bring you from a wild Kate to a Kate conformable as other household Kates.
Enter Baptista, Gremio, and Tranio as Lucentio.
Here comes your father. Never make denial. I must and will have Catherine to my wife.
Signor Petruchio, how speed you with my daughter?
How but well, sir? How but well? It were impossible I should speed amiss.
Why, how now, daughter Catherine, in your dumps?
Oh, call you me daughter. Now I promise you, you have showed a tender fatherly regard to wish me wed to one half lunatic, a madcap ruffian and swearing jack that thinks with oaths to face the matter out.
Father, 'tis thus. Yourself and all the world that talked of her have talked amiss of her. If she be cursed, it is for policy. For she's not forward, but modest as the dove. She is not hot, but temperate as the morn. For patience, she will prove a second Grisel, and Roman Lucrece for her chastity. And to conclude, we have agreed so well together that upon Sunday is the wedding day!
I'll see thee hanged on Sunday first.
Our Petruchio, she says she'll see thee hanged first.
This your speeding? Nay then, good night our part.
Be patient, gentlemen. I choose her for myself. If she and I be pleased, what's that to you? 'Tis bargain twixt us twain, being alone, that she shall still be cursed in company. I tell you, 'tis incredible to believe how much she loves me. Oh, the kindest Kate. She hung about my neck, and kiss on kiss she vied so fast, protesting oath on oath, that in a twink she won me to love her. Oh, you are the novices. 'Tis a world to see how tame when men and women are alone. A meacock wretch can make the cursedest shrew. Give me thy hand, Kate. I will unto Venice to buy apparel 'gainst the wedding day. Provide the feast, father, and bid the guests. I will be sure my Catherine shall be fine.
I know not what to say, but give me your hands. God send you joy, Petruchio. 'Tis a match.
Amen,
say we.
We will be witnesses.
Father and wife and gentlemen, adieu. I will to Venice. Sunday comes apace. We will have rings and things in fine array. And kiss me, Kate. We will be married on Sunday.
Petruchio and Catherine exit through different doors.
Was ever match clapped up so suddenly?
Faith, gentlemen, now I play a merchant's part and venture madly on a desperate mart.
'Twas a commodity lay fretting by you. 'Twill bring you gain, or perish on the seas.
The gain I seek is quiet in the match.
No doubt, but he hath got a quiet catch. But now, Baptista, to your younger daughter. Now is the day we long have looked for. I am your neighbor and was suitor first.
And I am one that loved Bianca more than words can witness or your thoughts can guess.
Youngling, thou canst not love so dear as I.
Greybeard, thy love doth freeze.
But thine doth fry. Skipper, stand back. 'Tis age that nourisheth.
But youth in ladies' eyes that flourisheth.
Content you, gentlemen. I will compound this strife. 'Tis deeds must win the prize, and he of both that can assure my daughter greatest dower shall have my Bianca's love. Say, Signor Gremio, what can you assure her?
First, as you know, my house within the city is richly furnished with plate and gold, basins and ewers to lave her dainty hands, my hangings all of Tyrian tapestry. In ivory coffers I have stuffed my crowns, in cypress chests my arras counterparts, costly apparel, tents and canopies, fine linen, turkey cushions bossed with pearl, valance of Venice, gold in needlework, pewter and brass, and all things that belongs to house or housekeeping. Then at my farm, I have 100 milch kine to the pail, 60 fat oxen standing in my stalls, and all things answerable to this portion. Myself am struck in years, I must confess, and if I die tomorrow, this is hers. If whilst I live, she will be only mine.
That only came well in. Sir, list to me. I am my father's heir and only son. If I may have your daughter to my wife, I'll leave her houses 3 or 4 as good, within rich Pisa walls, as any one old Signor Gremio has in Padua, besides 2,000 ducats by the year of fruitful land, all which shall be her jointure. What, have I pinched you, Signor Gremio?
2,000 ducats by the year of land. My land amounts not to so much at all. That she shall have, besides an argosy that is now lying in Marcellus Road. What, have I choked you with an argosy?
Gremio, 'tis known my father hath no less than 3 great argosies, besides 2 galleasses and 12 tight galleys. These I will assure her, and twice as much whate'er thou offerest next.
Nay, I have offered all. I have no more, and she can have no more than all I have. If you like me, she shall have me and mine.
Why then, the maid is mine from all the world, by your firm promise. Gremio is outvied.
I must confess your offer is the best, and let your father make her the assurance she is your own. Else you must pardon me. If you should die before him, where's her dower?
That's but a cavil. He is old, I young.
And may not young men die as well as old?
Well, gentlemen, I am thus resolved. On Sunday next, you know, my daughter Catherine is to be married. Now, on the Sunday following shall Bianca be bride to you, if you make this assurance. If not, to Signor Gremio. And so I take my leave and thank you both.
Adieu, good neighbor.
Baptista exits.
Now I fear thee not, sirrah, young gamester. Your father were a fool to give thee all, and in his waning age set foot under thy table. A toy! An old Italian fox is not so kind, my boy.
Gremio exits.
A vengeance on your crafty withered hide. Yet I have faced it with a card of 10. 'Tis in my head to do my master good. I see no reason, but supposed Lucentio must get a father called supposed Vincentio. And that's a wonder. Fathers commonly do get their children, but in this case of wooing, a child shall get a sire, if I fail not of my cunning.
He exits. End of Act 2. Act 3, Scene 1. Enter Lucentio as Cambio, Hortensio as Litio, and Bianca.
Fiddler, forbear, you grow too forward, sir. Have you so soon forgot the entertainment her sister Catherine welcomed you withal?
What wrangling pedant! This is the patroness of heavenly harmony. Then give me leave to have prerogative, and when in music we have spent an hour, your lecture shall have leisure for as much.
Preposterous ass, that never read so far to know the cause why music was ordained. Was it not to refresh the mind of man after his studies or his usual pain? Then give me leave to read philosophy, and while I pause, serve in your harmony.
Sirrah, I will not bear these braves of thine.
Why, gentlemen, you do me double wrong to strive for that which resteth in my choice. I am no breaching scholar in the schools. I'll not be tied to hours nor appointed times, but learn my lessons as I please myself. And to cut off all strife, here sit we down. Take you your instrument, play you the whiles. His lecture will be done ere you have tuned.
You'll leave his lectures when I am in tune.
That will never be. Tune your instrument.
Where left we last?
Here, madam. Hic ibat simua hic et sigelia tellus, hic steterat pyramir regia celsa senis.
Conster then.
Hic ibat, as I told you before, simua, I am Lucentio. Hic est, son unto Vincentio of Pisa. Tellus, disguised thence to get your love. Hic steterat, and that Lucentio that comes a-wooing, primerari, is my man Tranio. Regia, bearing my port. Celsa senis, that we might beguile the old pantaloon.
Madam, my instrument is in tune.
Let's hear. Oh, fie, the trebled jars.
Oh, spit in the hole, man, and tune again.
Now let me see if I can constrand. Hic ibet simois, I know you not. Hic est sigea tellus, I trust you not. Hic sterat perami, take heed ye hear us not. Regia, presume not. Celsa senis, despair not.
Madam, 'tis now in tune.
All but the bass.
The bass is right. 'Tis the bass knave that jars. How fiery and froward arpeded it is. Now, for my life, the knave doth court my love. Pedescule, I'll watch you better yet.
In time I may believe, yet I mistrust.
Mistrust it not, for sure Exodus was Ajax, called so from his grandfather.
I must believe my master, else I promise you I should be arguing still upon that doubt, but let it rest. Now, Litio, to you. Good master, take it not unkindly, pray, that I have been thus pleasant with you both.
You may go walk, and give me leave a while. My lessons make no music in 3 parts.
Are you so formal, sir? Well, I must wait, and watch withal. But I be deceived, our fine musician groweth amorous.
Madam, before you touch the instrument, to learn the order of my fingering, I must begin with rudiments of art. To teach you gamut in a briefer sort, most pleasant, pithy, and effectual, than hath been taught by any of my trade, and there it is, writing fairly drawn.
Why, I am past my gamut long ago.
Yet read the gamut of Hortensio.
Gamut. I am the ground of all accord. A, re, to plead to Hortensio's passion. B, me. Bianca, take him for thy lord. C, fa, ut, that loves with all affection. D, sol, re, 1 clef, 2 notes have I. E, la, me, show pity or I die. Call you this gamut? Tut, I like it not. Old fashions please me best. I am not so nice to change true rules for odd inventions.
Enter a servant. Mistress, your father prays you leave your books and help to dress your sister's chamber up. You know tomorrow is the wedding day.
Farewell, sweet masters both, I must be gone.
Faith, mistress, then I have no cause to stay.
Bianca, the servant, and Lucentio exit.
But I have cause to pry into this pedant. Methinks he looks as though he were in love. Yet if thy thoughts, Bianca, be so humble, to cast thy wandering eyes on every stale, seize thee that list. If once I find thee ranging, Hortensio will be quit with thee by changing.
He exits. Act 3, Scene 2. Enter Baptista, Gremio, Tranio as Lucentio, Catherine, Bianca, Lucentio as Cambio, and others.
Signor Lucentio, this is the appointed day that Catherine and Petruchio should be married, and yet we hear not of our son-in-law. What will be said? What mockery will it be to want the bridegroom when the priest attends to speak the ceremonial rites of marriage? What says Lucentio to this shame of ours?
No shame but mine. I must forsooth be forced to give my hand opposed against my heart unto a mad-brain rudesby full of spleen, who wooed in haste and means to wed at leisure. I told you he was a frantic fool, hiding his bitter jests and blunt behavior, and to be noted for a merry man. He'll woo 1,000 point the day of marriage, make friends, invite and proclaim the banns, yet never means to wed where he hath wooed. Now must the world point at poor Catherine and say, lo, there is mad Petruchio's wife, if it would please him, come and marry her.
Patience, good Catherine, and Baptista too. Upon my life, Petruchio means but well. Whatever fortune stays him from his word, though he be blunt, I know him passing wise. Though he be merry, yet withal he's honest.
Would Catherine had never seen him, though.
Go, girl, I cannot blame thee now to weep. For such an injury would vex a very saint, much more a shrew of thy impatient humour.
Master, news! And such old news as you never heard of.
Is it new and old too? How may that be?
Why, is it not news to hear of Petruchio's coming?
Is he come?
Why, no, sir.
What then?
Well, he is coming.
When will he be here?
When he stands where I am and sees you there.
But say what to thine old news?
Why, Petruchio is coming in a new hat and an old jerkin, a pair of old breeches thrice turned, a pair of boots that have been candle cases, one buckled, one another laced, an old rusty sword taken out of the town armory with a broken hilt and chapless, with 2 broken points. His horse hipped with an old malthy saddle and stirrups of no kindred, besides possessed with the glanders and light to Mose and the chine, troubled with the lampas, infected with the fashions, full of windgalls, sped with spavins, rayed with yellows, past cure of the fives, stark spoiled with the staggers, benign with the bots, swayed in the back with shoulders shotten, near-legged before and with a half-checked bit and head sole of sheep's leather, which, being restrained to keep him from stumbling, have often burst and now repaired with knots. One girth 6 times piece, and a woman's copper of velour, which hath 2 letters for her name fairly set down in studs, and here and there pierced with packthread.
Who comes with him?
Oh, sir, his lackey, for all the world caparisoned like the horse, with a linen stock on one leg and a kersey boot hose on the other, guarded with a red and blue list, an old hat, the humour of 40 fancies pricked in for a feather. A monster, a very monster in apparel, and not like a Christian footboy or a gentleman's lackey.
Some odd humour pricks him to this fashion, yet oftentimes he goes but mean apparelled.
I am glad he's come, howsoe'er he comes.
Why, sir, he comes not.
Didst thou not say he comes?
Who? The Petruchio come?
Aye, the Petruchio came.
No, sir, I say his horse comes with him on his back.
Why, that's all one.
Nay, by St. Jamie, I hold you a penny. A horse and a man is more than one, and yet not many.
Enter Petruchio and Grumio.
Come! Where be these gallants? Who's at home?
You are welcome, sir.
And yet I come not well.
And yet you halt not.
Not so well apparelled as I wish you were.
Were it better I should rush in thus? But where is Kate? Where is my lovely bride? How does my father? Gentles, methinks you frown, and wherefore gaze this goodly company if they saw some wondrous monument, some comet or unusual prodigy?
Why, sir, you know this is your wedding day. First were we sad, fearing you would not come. Now sadder, that you come so unprovided. Fie, doff this habit, shame to your estate, an eyesore to our solemn festival.
And tell us what occasion of import hath all so long detained you from your wife, and sent you hither so unlike yourself.
Tedious it were to tell, and harsh to hear. Sufficeth, I am come to keep my word, though in some part enforced to digress, which at more leisure I will so excuse, as you shall well be satisfied withal. But where is Kate? I stay too long from her. This morning wears, 'tis time we were at church.
See not your bride in these unreverent robes? Go to my chamber, put on clothes of mine.
Not I, believe me. Thus I'll visit her.
But thus I trust you will not marry her.
Good sooth, even thus. Therefore had done with words. To me she's married, not unto my clothes. Could I repair what she will wear in me, as I can change these poor accoutrements? 'Twere well for Kate and better for myself. But what a fool am I to chat with you, when I should bid good morrow to my bride, and seal the title with a lovely kiss.
Petruchio exits with Grumio.
He hath some meaning in his mad attire. He will persuade him, be it possible, to put on better ere he go to church.
I'll after him and see the event of this.
All except Tranio and Lucentio exit.
But, sir, to love concerneth us to add her father's liking, which to bring to pass, as I before imparted to your worship, I am to get a man, whate'er he be, it skills not much, will fit him to our turn, and he shall be Vincentio of Pisa, and make assurance here in Padua of greater sums than I have promised. So shall you quietly enjoy your hope, and marry sweet Bianca with consent.
Were it not that my fellow schoolmaster doth watch Bianca's steps so narrowly, 'twere good, methinks, to steal our marriage, which once performed, let all the world say no. I'll keep mine own despite of all the world.
That by degrees we mean to look into, and watch our vantage in this business. We'll o'erreach the greybeard, Gremio, the narrow prying father, Minola, the quaint musician, amorous Litio, and all for my master's sake, Lucentio.
Enter Gremio.
Signor Gremio, came you from the church?
As willingly as ere I came from school.
And is the bride and bridegroom coming home?
A bridegroom, say you? 'Tis a groom indeed, a grumbling groom, and that the girl shall find.
Curster than she? Why, 'tis impossible.
Why, he's a devil, a very fiend.
Why, she's a devil, the devil's dam.
She's a lamb next to him. A dove, a fool to him. I'll tell you, Sir Lucentio, when the priest should ask if Catherine should be his wife, I, by Gog's wounds, quoth he, and swore so loud that all amazed, the priest let fall the book, and as he stooped again to take it up, this mad-brained bridegroom took him such a cuff that down fell priest and book and priest. Now take them up, quoth he, if any list.
What said the wench when he rose again?
Trembled and shook, for why he stamped and swore as if the vicar meant to cozen him. But after many ceremonies done, he calls for wine. A health, quoth he, as if he had been aboard, carousing to his mates after a storm, quaffed off the muscatel, and threw the sops all in the sexton's face, having no other reason but that his beard grew thin and hungerly, and seemed to ask him sops as he was drinking. This done, he took the bride about the neck and kissed her lips with such a clamorous smack that at the parting all the church did echo. And I, seeing this, came thence for very shame, and after me I know the rout is coming. Such a mad marriage never was before. Hark, I hear the minstrels play.
Enter Petruchio, Catherine, Bianca, Hortensio, Baptista, Grumio, and attendants.
Gentlemen and friends, I thank you for your pains. I know you think to dine with me today and have prepared great store of wedding cheer, but so it is my haste doth call me hence, and therefore I mean to take my leave.
Is it possible you will away tonight?
I must away today, before night come. Make it no wonder, if you knew my business, you would entreat me rather go than stay. And honest company, I thank you all that have beheld me give away myself to this most patient, sweet, and virtuous wife. Dine with me, father, drink a health to me, for I must hence, and farewell to you all.
Let us entreat you. Stay till after dinner.
It may not be.
Let me entreat you.
It cannot be.
Let me entreat you.
I am content.
Are you content to stay?
I am content, shall you entreat me to stay, but yet not stay, entreat me how you can.
Nay, if you love me, stay.
Grumio, my horse!
Aye, sir, they be ready. The oats have eaten the horses.
Nay then, do what thou canst. I will not go today, no, nor tomorrow, not till I please myself. The door is open, sir. There lies your way. You may be jogging while your boots are green. For me, I'll not be gone till I please myself. 'Tis like you'll prove a jolly surly groom that take it on you at the first so roundly.
Oh, Kate, content thee. Prithee not be angry.
I will be angry. What canst thou do? Father, be quiet. He shall stay at my leisure.
Aye, marry, sir, now it begins to work.
Gentlemen, forward to the bridal dinner. I see a woman may be made a fool if she had not a spirit to resist.
They shall go forward, Kate, at thy command. Obey the bride, you that attend on her. Go to the feast revel and domineer, carouse full measure to her maidenhead. Be mad and merry, or go hang yourselves. But for my bonny Kate, she must with me. Nay, look not big, nor stamp, nor stare, nor fret. I will be master of what is mine own. She is my goods, my chattels. She is my horse, my household stuff, my field, my barn, my horse, my ox, my ass, my anything. And here she stands. Touch her, whoever dare. I'll bring mine action on the proudest he that stops my way in Padua. Grumia, draw forth thy weapon. We are beset with thieves. Rescue thy mistress if thou be a man. Fear not, sweet wench. They shall not touch thee, Kate. I'll buckler thee against a million.
Petruchio and Catherine exit with Grumio.
Hey, let them go. A couple of quiet ones.
Went they not so quickly, I should die with laughing.
Of all mad matches, never was the like.
Mistress, what's your opinion of your sister?
That being mad herself, she's madly mated.
Neighbors and friends, though bride and bridegroom wants for to supply the places at the table, you know there wants no junkets at the feast. Lucentio, you shall supply the bridegroom's place, and let Bianca take her sister's room.
Shall sweet Bianca practice how to bride it?
She shall, Lucentio. Come, gentlemen, let's go.
They exit. End of Act 3. Act 4, Scene 1. Enter Grumio.
Fie, fie on all tired jades, on all mad masters and all foul ways. Was ever a man so beaten? Was ever a man so rayed? Was ever a man so weary? I am sent before to make a fire, and they are coming after to warm them. Now, were not I a little pot and soon hot, my very lips might freeze to my teeth, my tongue to the roof of my mouth, my heart in my belly, ere I should come by a fire to thaw me. But with blowing, the fire shall warm myself. For, considering the weather, a taller man than I will take cold. Holla! Ho, Curtis!
Enter Curtis.
Who is that calls so coldly?
A piece of ice. If thou doubt it, thou mayst slide from my shoulder to my heel with no greater a run but my head and my neck. A fire, good Curtis.
Is my master and his wife coming, Grumio?
Oh, aye, Curtis, aye, and therefore fire, fire. Cast on no water.
Is she so hot a shrew as she reports?
Oh, she was good, Curtis, before this frost. But thou knowest winter tames man, woman, and beast, for it hath tamed my old master and my new mistress, and myself, fellow Curtis.
Away, you 3-inch fool, I am no beast.
Am I but 3 inches? Well, thy horn is a foot, and so long am I, at the least. But wilt thou make a fire? Or shall I complain on thee to our mistress, whose hand, she being now at hand, thou shalt soon feel to thy cold comfort for being slow in thy hot office?
I prithee, good Grumio, tell me, how goes the world?
A cold world, Curtis, in every office but thine, and therefore fire. Do thy duty and have thy duty, for my master and mistress are almost frozen to death.
There's fire ready, and therefore, good Grumio, the news.
Why, Jack boy, ho boy, and as much news as wilt thou.
Come, you are so full of coney catching.
Why, therefore, fire, huh? For I have caught extreme cold. Where's the cook? Is supper ready, the house trimmed, rushes strewed, cobwebs swept, serving men in their new fustian, their white stockings, and every officer his wedding garment on? Be the jacks fair within, the jewels fair without, the carpets laid, and everything in order?
Already, and therefore I pray thee the news.
First, no, my horse is tired, my master and mistress fallen out.
How?
Out of their saddles into the dirt, and thereby hangs a tale.
Let had, good Grumio.
Oh, no, lend thine ear.
Here.
There.
He slaps Curtis on the ear.
Is this to feel a tale, not hear a tale?
And therefore 'tis called a sensible tale. And this cuff was but to knock at your ear and beseech listening. Now I begin. If Primus, we came down a foul hill, my master riding behind my mistress.
Both of one horse.
What's that to thee?
Why a horse?
Tell thou the tale. But hadst thou not crossed me, thou shouldst heard how her horse fell, and she under her horse. Thou should have heard how in many a place how she was bemoiled, how he left her with the horse upon her, how he beat me because her horse stumbled, how she waded through the dirt to pluck him off me, how he swore, how she prayed that never prayed before, how I cried, how I lost my crupper, how the horses ran away, how her bridle was burst, how I lost my crupper with many things worthy memory, which now shall die in oblivion, and thou return unexperienced to thy grave.
By this reckoning, he is more shrew than she.
Aye, and that thou and the proudest of you all shall find when he comes home. But what talk I of this? Call forth Nathaniel, Joseph, Nicholas, Philip, Walter, Sugarsop, and the rest. Let their heads be slickly combed, their blue coats brushed, and their garters of an indifferent knit. Let them curtsy with their left legs, and not presume to touch a hair of my master's horse tail till they kiss their hands. Yeah? Are they all ready?
They are.
Call them forth.
Do you hear, ho? You must meet my master to coent my mistress.
Why, she hath a fates of her own.
Who knows that?
Thou, it seems, that calls for company at a countenance, sir.
I call them forth to credit her.
Why, she comes to borrow nothing of them.
Enter 4 of 5 serving men.
Welcome home, Grumio.
How now, Grumio?
What, Grumio?
Hello, Grumio. How now, old lad?
Oh, welcome you. How now you? What you, fellow you? And thus much for greeting. Now, my spruce companions, is all ready and all things neat?
All things is ready. How near is our master?
In at hand, alighted by this, and therefore be not. Oh, Cox, passion, silence. I hear my master.
Enter Petruchio and Catherine.
Where be these knaves? What, no man at door to hold my stirrup, nor take my horse? Where's Nathaniel, Gregory, Philip?
Here.
Here.
Here,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Your logger-headed and unpolished grooms. What? No attendance, no regard, no duty. Where's the foolish knave I sent before?
Here, sir, as foolish as I was before.
You peasant swain, you horse and maltson drudge. Did I not bid thee meet me in the park and bring along these rascal knaves with thee?
Nathaniel's coat, sir, was not fully made, and Gabriel's pumps were all unpinked in the heel. There was no link to colour Peter's hat, and Walter's dagger was not come from sheathing. There were none fine but Adam, Rafe, and Gregory. The rest were ragged, old, and beggarly. Yet, as they are, here they are come to meet you.
Go, rascals. Go! And fetch my supper in!
The servants exit.
Where's the life that late I led? Where others? Sit down, Kate, and welcome. Sound, 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 sound.
Enter servants with supper.
Why, when I say... Nay, good, sweet Kate. Be merry. Off with my boots, you rogues, you villains. When? It was the friar of orders grey as he walked forth on his way. Out, you rogue! Out! Pluck my foot awry. Take that. Ugh. Ugh. And mend the plucking of the other. Be merry, Kate. Some water here. What ho! Where's my spaniel, Troilus? Sirrah! Get you hence and bid my cousin Ferdinand come hither. One, Kate, that you must kiss and be acquainted with. Where are my slippers? Shall I have some water? Come, Kate, and wash, and welcome heartily, you whoreson villain! Will you let it fall?
Patience, I pray you, 'twas a fault unwilling.
A whoreson beetle-headed flap-eared knave! Come, Kate, sit down. I know you have a stomach. Will you give thanks, sweet Kate? Or shall I? What's this, mutton?
Aye.
Who brought it?
Aye.
'Tis burnt. So is all the meat. What dogs are these? Where is the rascal cook? How durst you, villains? Bring it from the dresser and serve it to thus, me that love it not. There, take it, you trenchers, cups and all! You heedless joltheads and unmannered slaves! What do you grumble? Ho, I'll be with you straight.
I pray you, husband, be not so disquiet. The meat was well if you were so contented.
I tell thee, Kate, 'twas burnt and dried away, and I expressly am forbid to touch it, for it engenders choler, planteth anger, and better 'twere that both of us did fast, since of ourselves are choleric, than feed it with such over-roasted flesh. Be patient. Tomorrow shall be mended, and for this night we'll fast for company. Come, I will bring thee to thy bridal chamber.
They exit. Enter Nathaniel and Peter. Peter, didst ever see the like?
He kills her in her own humor.
Enter Curtis.
Where is he?
In her chamber, making a sermon of contingency to her, and rails and swears and rates, and she, poor soul, knows not which to stand, to look, to speak, and sits as one new risen from a dream. Away, for he is come hither.
Servants exit.
Sir.
Enter Petruchio.
Thus have I politically begun my reign, and 'tis my hope to end successfully. My falcon now is sharp and pacing empty, and till she stoop she must not be full gorged, for then she never looks upon her lure. And another way I have to man my haggard, to make her come and know her keeper's call, that is, to watch her as we watch these kites, that bat and beat and will not be obedient. She ate no meat today, nor none shall she eat. Last night she slept not, nor tonight she shall not. As with the meat, some undeserved fault I'll find about the making of the bed, and here I'll fling the pillow, there the bolster, this way the coverlet, another way the sheets. Amid this hurly, I intend that all is done in reverent care of her, and in conclusion she shall watch all night, and if she chance to nod, I'll rail and brawl, and with the clamor keep her still awake. This is a way to kill a wife with kindness. And thus I'll curb her mad and headstrong humor. He that knows better how to tame a shrew, let him speak. 'Tis charity to shew.
He exits. Act 4, Scene 2. Enter Tranio as Lucentio and Hortensio as Litio.
Is't possible, friend Litio, that Mistress Bianca doth fancy any other but Lucentio? I tell you, sir, she bears me fair in hand.
Sir, to satisfy you in what I have said, stand by and mark the manner of his teaching.
Enter Bianca and Lucentio as Cambio.
Now, mistress, profit you in what you read.
What, master, read you? First resolve me that.
I read that as I profess. the art to love.
And may you prove, sir, master of your art.
While you, sweet dear, prove mistress of my heart.
Quick proceeders, Mary. Now tell me, I pray, you that durst swear that your mistress Bianca loved none in the world so well as Lucentio.
Oh, despiteful love, unconstant womankind, I tell thee, Litio, this is wonderful.
Make mistake no more. I am not Licio, nor musician as I seem to be, but one that scorned to live in this disguise. For such a one as leaves a gentleman and makes a god of such a cullion. Know, sir, that I am called Hortensio.
Signor Hortensio, I have often heard of your entire affection to Bianca, and since mine eyes are witness of her likeness, I will with you, if you be so contented, forswear Bianca and her love forever.
See how they kiss in court? Signor Lucentio, here is my hand, and here I firmly vow never to woo her more, but do forswear her as one unworthy all the former favors that I have fondly flattered her withal.
And here I take the like unfeigned oath, never to marry with her, though she would entreat. Fie on her, see how beastly she doth court him.
Would all the world but he had quite forsworn. For me, that I may surely keep mine oath, I will be married to a wealthy widow ere 3 days pass, which hath as long loved me as I have loved this proud, disdainful haggard. And so farewell, Signor Lucentio. Kindness and woman, not their beauteous looks, shall win my love, and so I take my leave, in resolution as I swore before.
Hortensio exits.
Mistress Bianca, bless you with such grace, as longeth to a lover blessed case. Nay, I have taken you napping, gentle love, and have forsworn you with Hortensio.
Tranio, you jest. But have you both forsworn me?
Mistress, we have.
Then we are rid of Litio.
I'faith, he'll have a lusty widow now, that shall be wooed and wedded in a day.
God give him joy.
Aye, and he'll tame her.
He says so, Tranio?
Faith, he is gone unto the taming school.
The taming school? What, is there such a place?
Aye, mistress, and Petruchio is the master, that teacheth tricks 11 and 20 long, to tame a shrew and charm her chattering tongue.
Enter Biondello.
Oh, master, master, I have watched so long that I am dog weary. But at last I spied an ancient angel coming down the hill. Will serve the turn.
What, is he Biondello?
Master, a marketant or a pedant, I know not what, but formal in apparel, in gait and countenance, surely like a father.
And what of him, Tranio?
If he be credulous and trust my tale, I'll make him glad to seem Vicentio, and I'll give assurance to Baptista Minola, as if he were the right Vincentio. Take in your love, and then let me alone.
Lucentio and Bianca exit. Enter a merchant.
God save you, sir.
And you, sir, you are welcome. Travel you far on, or are you at the farthest?
Sir, at the farthest for a week or two, but then up farther and as far as Rome, and so to Tripoli, if God lend me life.
What countryman, I pray?
Of Mantua.
Of Mantua, sir. Marry, God forbid, and come to Padua, careless of your life?
My life, sir, how I pray, for that goes hard.
'Tis death for anyone in Mantua to come to Padua. Know you not the cause? Your ships are stayed at Venice, and the Duke, for private quarrel twixt your Duke and him, hath published and proclaimed it openly. 'Tis marvel, but that you are but newly come. You might have heard it else proclaimed about.
Alas, sir, it is worse for me than so, for I have bills for money by exchange from Florence, and must here deliver them.
Well, sir, to do you courtesy, this will I do, and this I will advise you. First tell me, have you ever been at Pisa?
Aye, sir, in Pisa have I often been, Pisa renowned for grave citizens.
Among them know you one Vincentio?
I know him not, but I have heard of him, a merchant of incomparable wealth.
He is my father, sir, and sooth to say, in countenance somewhat doth resemble you.
As much as an apple doth an oyster, and all one.
To save your life in this extremity, this favor will I do you for his sake. And think it not the worst of all your fortunes, that you are like to serve Incentio. His name and credit shall you undertake, and in my house you shall be friendly lodged. Look that you take upon you as you should. You understand me, sir. So shall you stay till you have done your business in the city. If this be courtesy, sir, accept of it.
Oh, sir, I do, and will repute you ever the patron of my life and liberty.
Then go with me to make the matter good. This, by the way, I let you understand. My father is here looked for every day to pass insurance of a dower in marriage twixt me and one Baptista's daughter here. In all these circumstances, I'll instruct you. Go with me to clothe you as becomes you.
They exit. Act 4, Scene 3. Enter Catherine and Grumio.
No, forsooth, I dare not for my life.
The more my wrong, the more his spite appears. What, did he marry me to famish me? Beggars that come unto my father's door upon entreaty have a present alms. If not elsewhere, they meet with charity. But I, who never knew how to entreat, nor never needed that I should entreat, am starved for meat, giddy for lack of sleep, with oaths kept waking and with brawling fed, and that which spites me more than all these woes, he does it under the name of perfect love, as who should say, if I should sleep or eat, 'twere a deadly sickness or else present death. I prithee, go and get me some repast, I care not what, so long as it be wholesome food.
What say you to a neat's foot? Huh?
'Tis passing good. I prithee, let me have it.
I fear is too choleric a meat. How say you to fat tripe, finely boiled?
I like it well. Good Grumio, fetch it me.
I cannot tell. I fear 'tis choleric. What say you to a piece of beef and mustard?
A dish that I do love to feed upon.
Aye, but the mustard is too hot a little.
Why, then the beef and let the mustard rest.
Nay, then I will not. You shall have the mustard, or else you get no beef of Grumio.
Then both or one or anything thou wilt.
Why, then the mustard without the beef.
Go get thee gone, thou false deluding slave, that feeds me with the very name of meat. Sorrow on thee and the pack of you that triumph thus upon my misery. Go get thee gone, I say.
Enter Petruchio and Hortensio with meat.
How fares my Kate? What, sweeting all the mort?
Mistress, what cheer?
Faith as cold as can be.
Pluck up thy spirits, look cheerfully on me. Here, love, thou seest how diligent I am to dress thy meat myself and bring it thee. I'm sure, sweet Kate, this kindness merits thanks. What? Not a word. Nay, then, thou lovest it not, and all my pains assorted to no proof. Here, take away this dish.
I pray you let it stand.
The poorest service is repaid with thanks, and so shall mine before you touch the meat.
I thank you, sir.
Signor Petruchio, fie. You are to blame. Come, Mistress Kate. I'll bear you company.
Eat it all up, Hortensio, if thou lovest me. Much good do it unto thy gentle heart. Kate, eat apace. And now, my honey love, will we return unto thy father's house and revel it as bravely as the best, with silken coats and caps and golden rings, with ruffs and cuffs and farthingales and things, with scarves and fans and double change of bravery, with amber bracelets, beads, and all this knavery. What, hast thou dined? the tailor stays thy leisure to deck thy body with his ruffling treasure.
Enter
Come.
the tailor.
Come, tailor, let us see these ornaments. Lay forth the gown.
Enter the haberdasher.
What news with you, sir?
Here is your cap, your worship did bespeak.
Why, this was molded on a porringer, a velvet dish. Fie, fie, 'tis lewd and filthy. Why, 'tis a cockle on a walnut shell, a knack, a toy, a trick, a baby's cap. Away with it! Come, let me have bigger.
I'll have no bigger. This doth fit the time, and gentlewomen wear caps such as these.
When you are gentle, you shall have one too, and not till then.
That will not be in haste.
Why, sir, I trust I may have leave to speak, and speak I will. I am no child, no babe. Your betters have endured me say my mind, and if you cannot, best you stop your ears. My tongue will tell the anger of my heart, or else my heart concealing it will break. And rather than it shall, I will be free, even to the uttermost, as I please, in words.
Why, thou sayest true. It is a paltry cap, a custard coffin, a bauble, a silken pie. I love thee well in that thou likest it not.
Love me, or love me not. I like the cap, and it I will have, or I will have none.
Exit the haberdasher.
Thy gown? Why, aye, come, tailor, let us see it. Oh, mercy. God, what masking stuff is here? What's this? A sleeve? 'Tis like a dummy cannon. What? Up and down, carved like an apple tart. Here's a snip and a nip and a cut and a slish and a slash, like to a censer in a barber shop. What? Why? What's a devil's name, tailor? Callest thou this?
Oh, I see she's like to have neither cap nor gown.
You bid me make it orderly and well, according to the fashion and the time.
Marry, and did. But if you be remembered, I did not bid you mar it to the time. Go, hop. Hop me over every kennel home, for you shall hop without my custom, sir. I'll none of it. Hence, make your best of it.
I never saw a better fashioned gown, more quaint, more pleasing, nor more commendable. But like you mean to make a puppet of me.
Why, true, he means to make it a puppet of thee.
She says your worship means to make a puppet of her?
Oh, monstrance, arrogance. Thou liest. Thou thread, thou thimble, thou yard, 3/4, half yard, quarter. Now, thou flea, thou nit, thou winter cricket, thou braved in mine own house with a skein of thread. Away, thou rag, thou quantity, thou remnant, or I shall be so bemeet thee with thy yard, and thou shalt think on prating whilst thou livest. I tell thee, that thou hast marred her gown.
Your worship is deceived. The gown is made just as my master had direction. Grumio gave order how it should be done.
I gave him no order. I gave him the stuff.
But how did you desire it should be made?
Marry, sir, with needle and thread.
But did you not request to have it cut?
Thou hast faced many things.
I have.
Face me not. Thou hast braved many men, brave me not. I will neither be faced nor braved. I say unto thee, I bid thy master cut out the gown, but I did not but bid him cut it to pieces. Ergo, thou liest.
Why, here is the note of the fashion to testify.
Read it.
The note lies in his throat if he say, I said so.
Empress, a loose-bodied gown.
Master, if ever I said a loose-bodied gown, sew me in the skirts of it and beat me to death with a bottom of brown thread. I said a gown.
Proceed.
With a small compassed cape.
I confess the cape.
With a trunk sleeve.
I confess 2 sleeves.
The sleeves cut curiously.
Aye, there's the villainy.
Error in the bill, sir. Error in the bill. I commanded the sleeves should be cut out and sewed up again, but that'll prove upon thee, though thy little finger be armed in a thimble.
This is true that I say, and I had the piece, and where thou should knowest.
Oh, I am for thee straight. Take thou the bill, give me the my meat yard, and spare not me.
God a mercy, Grumio. Then he shall have no odds.
Well, sir, in brief, the gown is not for me.
Yeah, I'm the right, sir. 'Tis for my mistress.
Go. Take it up unto thy master's use.
Villain, not for thy life. Take up my mistress's gown for thy master's use.
Why, sir, what's your conceit in that?
Oh, sir, the conceit is deeper than you think for. Take up my mistress's gown for his master's use. Oh, fie.
Hortensio, seeing thou wilt see the tailor paid. Go, take it hence, be gone, and say no more.
Tailor, I'll pay thee for thy gown tomorrow. Take no unkindness of his hasty words. Away, I say. Commend me to thy master.
Taylor exits.
Well, come, my Kate, we will unto your fathers, even in these honest, mean habiliments. Our purses shall be proud, our garments poor, for 'tis the mind that makes the body rich, and as the sun breaks through the darkest cloud, so honor peereth in the meanest habit. What, is the jay more precious than the lark because his feathers are more beautiful? Or is the adder better than the eel because his painted skin contents the eye? No, good Kate, neither art thou the worse for this poor furniture and mean array, if thou account'st it shame laid on me. And therefore, frolic, we will henceforth with to feast and sport us at thy father's house. Go! Call my men and let us straight to him, and bring our horses unto Long Lane End. There will we mount, and thither walk on foot. Let's see, I think 'tis now 7 o'clock, and well, we may come there by dinner time.
I dare assure you, sir, 'tis almost 2, and 'twill be supper time ere you come there.
It shall be 7 ere I go to the horse. Look what I speak, or do, or think to do. You are still crossing it. Sirs, let it alone. I will not go today. And ere I do, it shall be what o'clock I say it is.
Oh, why, so this gallant will command the sun.
They exit. Act 4, Scene 4. Enter Tranio as Lucentio, and the merchant dressed as Vincentio.
Sir, this is the house. Please it you that I call?
Aye, what else? And but I be deceived. Signor Baptista may remember me, near 20 years ago in Genoa, where we were lodgers at Pegasus.
'Tis well, and hold you your own in any case with such austerity as longeth to a father.
I warrant you.
Enter Biondello.
But sir, here comes your boy. 'Twere good he were schooled.
Fear not you him. Sirrah, Biondello. Now do your duty thoroughly, I advise you. Imagine 'twere the right Vincentio.
Tut, fear not me.
But hast thou done thy errand to Baptista?
I told him that your father was at Venice and that you looked for him this day at Padua.
Thou art a tall fellow. Hold thee that to drink.
Enter Baptista and Lucentio as Cambio.
Here comes Baptista. Set your countenance, sir. Signor Baptista, you are happily met. Sir, this is the gentleman I told you of. I pray you, stand good father to me now. Give me Bianca for my patrimony.
Soft son. Sir, by your leave, having come to Padua to gather in some debts, my son Lucentio made me acquainted with a weighty cause of love between your daughter and himself. And for the good report I hear of you, and for the love he beareth to your daughter and she to him, to stay him not too long, I am content in a good father's care to have him matched, And if you please to like no worse than I, upon some agreement, me shall you find ready and willing with one consent to have her so bestowed. For curious I cannot be with you, Signor Baptista, of whom I hear so well.
Sir, pardon me in what I have to say. Your plainness and your shortness please me well. Right true it is your son Lucentio here doth love my daughter, and she loveth him, or both dissemble deeply their affections. And therefore, if you say no more than this, that like a father you will deal with him, and pass my daughter a sufficient dower, the match is made and all is done. Your son shall have my daughter with consent.
I thank you, sir. Where then do you know best we be affied, and such assurance taken, as shall with either's part agreement stand?
Not in my house, Lucentio, for you know pictures have ears, and I have many servants. Besides, old Gremio is hearkening still. Haply we might be interrupted.
Then at my lodging, and it like you. There doth my father lie, and there this night will pass the business privately and well. Send for your daughter by your servant here. My boy shall fetch the scrivener presently. The worst is this, that at so slender warning you are like to have a thin and slender pittance.
It likes me well. Cambio, hie you home, and bid Bianca make her ready straight. And if you will, tell what hath happened. Lucentio's father is arrived in Padua, and how she's like to be Lucentio's wife.
Lucentio exits.
Dally not with gods, but get thee gone. Signor Baptista, shall I lead the way? Welcome. One mess is like to be your cheer. Come, sir, we will better it in Pisa.
I follow you.
All but Biondello exit. Enter Lucentio.
What sayest thou, Biondello?
You saw my master wink and laugh upon you?
Biondello, what of that?
Faith, nothing, but has left me here behind to expound the meaning or moral of his signs and tokens.
I pray thee, moralize them.
And thus, Baptista is safe, talking with the deceiving father of a deceitful son.
And what of him?
His daughter is to be brought by you to the supper.
And then?
The old priest at St. Luke's Church is at your command at all hours.
And what of all this?
I cannot tell. Except they are busied about a counterfeit assurance. Take you assurance of her cum privilegio ad imprimendum solum. To the church take the priest, clerk, and some sufficient honest witnesses. If this be not that you look for, I have no more to say. But bid Bianca farewell forever and a day.
Hearest thou, Biondello?
I cannot tarry. I knew a wench married in an afternoon, and she went to the garden for parsley to stuff a rabbit, and so may you, sir. And so adieu, sir. My master hath appointed me to go to St. Luke's to bid the priest be ready to come against you come your appendix. He exits.
I may, and will. If she be so contended, she will be pleased. And wherefore should I doubt? Hap what hap may, I'll roundly go about her. It shall go hard if Cambio go without her.
He exits. Act 4, Scene 5. Enter Petruchio, Catherine, Hortensio, and servants.
Come on! In God's name, once more toward our fathers! Good Lord! How bright and goodly shines the moon!
The moon, the sun. It is not moonlight now.
I say it is the moon that shines so bright.
I know it is the sun that shines so bright.
Now, by my mother's son, and that's myself, it shall be moon, or star, or what I list, or I journey to your father's house. Go on, and fetch our horses back again. Evermore crossed and nothing but crossed.
Say as he says, or we shall never go.
Forward, I pray, since we have come so far. And if you please to call it a rush candle, henceforth I vow it shall be so for me.
I say, it is the moon.
I know it is the moon.
Nay, then you lie. It is the blessed sun!
Then God be blessed. It is the blessed sun, but sun it is not when you say it is not. And the moon changes even as your mind. What you will have it named, even that it is. And so it shall be so for Catherine.
Petruchio, go thy ways. The field is won.
Oh, forward, forward. Thus the bull should run, and not unluckily against the bias, but soft. Company is coming here.
Enter Vincentio.
Good morrow, gentle mistress. Where away? Tell me, sweet Kate, and tell me truly too. Hast thou beheld a fresher gentlewoman? Such war of white and red within her cheeks. What stars do spangle heaven with such beauty? Are those two eyes become that heavenly face, fair, lovely maid? Once more good day to thee, sweet Kate, embrace her for beauty's sake.
Oh, he will make the man mad to make the woman of him.
Young, budding virgin, fair and fresh and sweet, whither away or where is thy abode? Happy the parents of so fair a child. Happier still the man whom favorable stars allots thee for his lovely bedfellow.
Why, how now, Kate? I hope that thou art not mad. This is a man. Old, wrinkled, faded, withered. Not a maiden, as thou sayest he is.
Pardon, old father, my mistaking eyes that have been so bedazzled by the sun, that everything I look on seemeth green. Now I perceive thou art a reverend father. Pardon, I pray thee, for my mad mistaking.
Do, good old grandsire, and withal make known which way thou travellest, if along with us we shall be joyful for thy company.
Oh, fair sir, and you, my merry mistress, that with your strange encounter much amazed me. My name is called Vincentio, my dwelling Pisa, and bound I am to Padua, there to visit a son of mine which long I have not seen.
What is his name?
Lucentio, gentle sir.
Happily met, the happier for thy son. And now, by law as well as reverend age, I may entitle thee my loving father. Thy sister to my wife, this gentlewoman, thy son by this hath married. Wonder not, nor be not grieved. She is of good esteem, her dowry wealthy, and of worthy birth. Beside, so qualified as may beseem the spouse of any noble gentleman. Let me embrace with old Vincentio, and wander we to see thy honest son, who will of thy arrival be full joyous.
Oh, but is this true, or is it else your pleasure, like pleasant travelers, to break a jest upon the company you overtake?
I do assure thee, father. So it is.
Come, go along and see the truth hereof, for our first merriment hath made thee jealous.
All but Hortensio exit.
Well, Petruchio, this has put me in heart. Have to my widow, and if she be forward, then hast thou taught Hortensio to be untoward.
He exits. End of Act 4. Act 5, Scene 1. Enter Biondello, Lucentio as himself, and Bianca, and Gremio.
Softly and swiftly, sir, for the priest is ready.
I fly, Biondello, but they may chance to need thee at home. Therefore leave us.
Nay, faith, I'll see the church at your back, and then come to say my masters as soon as I can.
He exits.
I marvel Cambio comes not all this while.
Enter Petruchio, Catherine, Vincentio, Grumio, and attendants.
Sir, here's the door. This is Lucentio's house. My father's bears more toward the marketplace. Thither must I, and here I leave you, sir.
Oh, you shall not choose but drink before you go. I think I shall commend your welcome here, and by all likelihood some cheer is toward.
They're busy within. You were best knock louder.
What's he that knocks as he would beat down the gate?
Oh, is Signor Lucentio within, sir?
He's within, sir, but not to be spoken withal.
Well, what if a man bring him 100 pound or two to make merry withal?
Keep your 100 pounds to yourself. He shall need none so long as I live.
Nay, I told you your son was well beloved in Padua. Do you hear, sir? To leave frivolous circumstances, I pray you tell Signor Lucentio that his father is come from Pisa and is here at the door to speak with him.
Thou liest. His father is come from Padua and here looking out at the window.
Art thou his father?
Aye, sir, so his mother says, if I may believe her.
Why, how now, gentlemen? This is flat knavery to take upon you another man's name.
Lay hands on the villain. I believe he means to cozen somebody in this city under my countenance.
Enter Biondello.
I've seen them in the church together. God send him good shipping. But who is here? Mine old master Vincenzio. Now we are undone and brought to nothing.
Come hither, crackhemp.
I hope I may choose, sir.
Oh, come hither, you rogue. What, have you forgot me?
Forgot you? No, sir, I could not forget you, for I never saw you before in all my life.
What, you notorious villain! Didst thou never see thy master's father, Vincentio?
What, my worshipful old master? Yes, marry, sir. See where he looks out to the window.
Is it so indeed?
Help, help, help! Here's a madman will murder me!
Biondello exits.
Help, son! Help, Signor Baptista!
Prithee, Kate, let's stand aside and see the end of this controversy.
Enter the merchant and Baptista and Tranio disguised as Lucentio.
Sir, what are you that offered to beat my servant?
What am I, sir? Nay, what are you, sir? Oh, immortal gods! Oh, fine villain! A silken doublet, a velvet hose, a scarlet cloak, and a cupped-in hat! Oh, I am undone, I am undone! While I play the good husband at home, my son and my servants spend all at the university.
How now? What's the matter?
Why, is the man lunatic?
Sir, you seem a sober, ancient gentleman by your habit, but your words show you a madman. Why, sir, what cerns it you if I wear pearl and gold? I thank my good father I am able to maintain it.
Thy father? Oh, villain, he is a sailmaker in Bergamo.
You mistake, sir. You mistake, sir. Pray, what do you think is his name?
His name? As if I knew not his name. I've brought him up ever since he were 3 years old, and his name is Tranio.
Away, away, mad ass! His name is Lucentio, and he is my only son and heir to the lands of me, Signor Vincentio.
Lucentio? Oh, he hath murdered his master! Lay hold on him, I charge you in the Duke's name. Oh, my son, my son! Tell me, thou villain, where is my son Lucentio?
Call forth an officer!
Enter an officer.
Carry this mad knave to the jail. Father Baptista, I charge you see that he be forthcoming.
Carry me to the jail?
Stay, officer. He shall not go to prison.
Talk not, Signor Gremio. I say he shall go to prison.
Take heed, Signor Baptista, lest you be conny-catched in this business. I dare swear this is the right Vincentio.
Swear if thou darest.
Nay, I dare not swear it.
Then thou wert best say that I am not Lucentio.
Yes, I know thee to be Signor Lucentio.
Away with the daughter, to the jail with him.
Us strangers may be hailed and abused. Oh, monstrous villain.
Enter Biondello, Lucentio, and Bianca.
Oh, we are spoiled, and yonder he is. Deny him, forswear him, or else we are all undone.
Biondello, Tranio, and the merchant exit as fast as may be.
Pardon, sweet father.
lives my sweet son.
Pardon, dear father.
How hast thou offended? Where is Lucentio?
Here's Lucentio, right son to the right Vincentio, that have by marriage made thy daughter mine, while counterfeit supposes bleared thine eyne.
Here's packing with a witness to deceive us all.
Oh, where is that damned villain Tranio that faced and braved me in this manner so?
Why, tell me, is not this my Cambio?
Cambio is changed into Lucentio.
Love wrought these miracles. Bianca's love made me exchange my state with Tranio. Well, he did bear my countenance in the town, and happily I have arrived at the last, unto the wished heaven of my bliss. What Tranio did, myself enforced him to. Then pardon him, sweet father, for my sake.
Oh, I'll slit the villain's nose that would have sent me to jail.
But do you hear, sir? Have you married my daughter without asking my goodwill?
Ah, fear not, Baptista, we will content you. Go to, but I will in to be revenged for this villainy.
And I to sound the depth of this knavery.
He exits.
Look not pale, Bianca. Thy father wilt not frown.
They exit.
My cake is dough, but I'll in among the rest out of hope of all but my share of the feast.
He exits.
Husband, let's follow and see the end of this ado.
First, kiss me, Kate, and we will.
What, in the midst of the street?
What, art thou ashamed of me?
No, sir, God forbid, but ashamed to kiss.
Well, then let's go home again. Come, Sirrah, let's away.
Nay, I will give thee a kiss. Now pray thee, love, stay.
Is not this well? Come, my sweet Kate. Better once than never, for never too late.
They exit. Act 5, Scene 2. Enter Baptista, Vincentio, Gremio, the merchant, Lucia. Everybody, enter everybody.
At last, though long our jarring notes agree, and time it is when raging war is done, to smile at scapes and perils overblown. My fair Bianca, bid my father welcome, while I with selfsame kindness welcome thine. Brother Petruchio, sister Katharina, and thou, Hortensio, with thy loving widow, feast with the best, and welcome to my house. My banquet is to close our stomachs up after our great good cheer. Pray you, sit down, for now we sit to chat as well to eat.
Nothing but sit and eat and eat and eat.
Padua affords this kindness, son Petruchio.
Padua affords nothing but what is kind.
For both our sakes, I would that word were true.
Now for my life, Hortensio fears his widow.
Then never trust me if I be afeard.
You are very sensible, and yet you miss my sense. I mean, Hortensio is afeard of you.
He that is giddy thinks the world turns round.
Roundly replied.
Mistress, how mean you that?
Thus I conceive by him.
Conceives by me? How likes Hortensio that?
My widow says, thus she conceives her tale.
Very well mended. Kiss him for that, good widow.
He that is giddy thinks the world turns round. I pray you, tell me what you meant by that.
Your husband being troubled with a shrew measures my husband's sorrow by his woe. And now you know my meaning.
A very mean meaning.
Right, I mean you.
And I am mean indeed, respecting you.
To her, Kate!
To her, widow.
100 marks, my Kate does put her down.
Oh, that's my office.
Spoke like an officer. Ha to thee, lad!
Likes Gremio, these quick-witted folks.
Believe me, sir, they butt together well.
Head and butt, and hasty-witted body would say your head and butt were head and horn.
Oh, aye, Mistress Bride, hath that awakened you?
Aye, but not frighted me, therefore I'll sleep again.
Nay, that you shall not. Since you have begun, have you for a bitter jest or two?
Am I your bird? I mean to shift my bush and then pursue me as you draw your bow? You are welcome all.
Bianca, Catherine, and the widow exit.
She hath prevented me. Here, Senor Tranio, this bird you aimed at, though you hit her not, therefore a health to all that shot and missed.
Oh, Sir Lucentio slips me like his greyhound, which runs himself and catches for his master.
A good, swift simile, but something currish.
'Tis well, sir, that you hunted for yourself. 'Tis thought your deer does hold you at a bay.
Oh, Petruchio, Tranio hits you now.
I thank thee for that grid, good Tranio.
Confess, confess. Hath he not hit you here?
He has a little gall at me, I confess. As the jest did glance away from me, 'tis 10 to 1 it maimed you two outright.
Now, in good sadness, son Petruchio, I think thou hast the veriest shrew of all.
Well, I say no. And therefore, for assurance, let's each one send unto his wife, and he whose wife is most obedient, to come at first when he doth send for her, shall win the wager which we will propose.
Content. What's the wager?
20 crowns.
20 crowns? I'll venture so much of my hawk or hound, but 20 times so much upon my wife.
100 then.
Content.
A match. 'Tis done.
Who shall begin?
That will I. Go, Biondello. Bid your mistress come to me.
I go.
He exits.
Son, I'll be your half, Bianca comes.
I have no halves. I'll bear it all myself.
Enter Biondello.
How now? What news?
Sir, my mistress sends you word that she is busy and she cannot come.
Oh, she's busy and she cannot come. Is that an answer?
Aye, and a kind one too. Pray God, sir, your wife sends you not a worse.
I hope better.
Sirrah Biondello, go and entreat my wife to come to me forthwith.
Biondello exits.
Oh, entreat her. Nay, then she must needs come.
I am afraid, sir. Do what you can. Yours will not be entreated.
Enter Biondello.
Now, where's my wife?
She says you have some goodly jest in hand. She will not come. She bids you come to her.
Oh, worse, worse. She will not come. Oh, vile, intolerable, not to be endured. Sirrah Grumio, go to your mistress. Say, I command her come to me.
I know her answer.
What?
She will not.
The foul of fortune mine, and there's an end.
Enter Catherine.
Now, by my hologram, here comes Katharina.
What is your will, sir, that you send for me?
Where's your sister and Hortensio's wife?
They sit conferring by the parlor fire.
Go, fetch them hither. If they deny to come, swinge me them soundly forth unto their husbands. Away, I say, and bring them hither straight.
Catherine exits.
Here is a wonder, if you talk of a wonder.
And so it is. Wonder what it bodes.
Marry, peace it bodes, and love, and quiet life. An awful rule and right supremacy, and, to be short, what, not that sweet and happy.
Now fair befall thee, good Petruchio. The wager thou hast won, and I will add unto their losses 20,000 crowns, another dowry to another daughter. She is changed as she had never been.
Nay, I will win my wager better yet, and show more sign of her obedience, her new-built virtue and obedience.
Enter Catherine, Bianca, and the widow.
See where she comes, and brings you forward wives as prisoners to her womanly persuasion. Catherine, that cap of yours becomes you not. Off with that bauble, and throw it underfoot.
Lord, let me never have cause to sigh till I be brought to such a silly pass.
Fie, what a foolish duty call you this?
I would your duty were as foolish too. The wisdom of your duty, fair Bianca, hath cost me 100 crowns since supper time.
The more fool you for laying on my duty.
Catherine, I charge thee, tell these headstrong women what duty do they owe their lords and husbands.
Come, you're mocking. We will have no telling.
Come on, I say, and first begin with her.
She shall not.
I say she shall. And first begin with her.
Fie, fie! Unknit thy threatening unkind brow, and dart not scornful glances from those eyes, to wound thy lord, thy king, thy governor. It blots thy beauty as frosts do bite the meads, confounds thy fame as whirlwind shake fair buds, and in no sense is meet or amiable. A woman moved is like a fountain troubled, muddy, ill-seeming, thick, bereft of beauty. And while it is so, none so dry or thirsty will deign to sip or touch one drop of it. Thy husband is thy lord, thy life, thy keeper, thy head, thy sovereign, one that cares for thee, and for thy maintenance commits his body to painful labor both by sea and land, to watch the night in storms, the day in cold, whilst thou liest warm at home, secure and safe, and cravest no other tribute at thy hands but love, fair looks, and true obedience. Too little payment for so great a debt. Such duty as the subject owes the prince, even such a woman oweth to her husband. And when she is froward, peevish, sullen, sour, and not obedient to his honest will, what is she but a foul contending rebel, and graceless traitor to her loving lord? I am ashamed that women are so simple, to offer war when they should kneel for peace, or seek for rule, supremacy, and sway when they are bound to serve, love, and obey. Why are our bodies soft and weak and smooth, unapt to toil and trouble in the world, but that our soft conditions and our hearts should well agree with our external parts? Come, come, you froward and unable worms, my mind hath been as big as one of yours, my heart is great, my reason haply more to bandy word for word and frown for frown. But now I see our lances are but straws, our strength is weak, our weakness past compare, that seeming to be most which we indeed least are. Then veil your stomachs, for it is no boot, and place your hand below your husband's foot, in token of which duty, if he please, my hand is ready, may it do him ease.
Why, there's a wench. Come on, kiss me, Kate.
Well, go thy ways, old lad, for thou shalt have it.
'Tis a good hearing when children are toward,
but a harsh hearing when women are forward.
Come, Kate, go to bed. We three are married, but you two are sped. 'Twas I won the wager, though you hit the white, and being a winner, God give you good night.
Petruchio and Catherine exit.
Now go thy ways. Thou hast tamed a cursed shrew.
'Tis a wonder. By your leave, she will be tamed so.
They exit. End of play. Thank you for joining us for the Taming of the Shrew. We would once again like to thank all of the actors who have volunteered to read this evening. Thank you again to Dan Kostelik, your friendly neighborhood Shakespeare. Visit his website at shakespeareapproves.com. Show him some love at patreon.com/Shakespeare. Be sure to tune in to his Facebook page on Thursday, this Thursday, April 23rd, as the Social Distancing Players bring you Romeo and Juliet, the Flying Implement of Doom edition. While you're surfing the web, and let's face it, you're stuck at home, what else are you going to do? Visit our website at zenithplayers.com. And again, feel very free to check out that very attractive donations page. If you want more information on our totally volunteer organization, including how to be involved in a reading like this one, go to our Facebook page, Zenith Players, or send an email to casting@zenithplayers.com, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. We want to continue to express our support and thanks for everyone who's out there fighting to keep us safe so that we're able to continue doing this. We appreciate everything you do. Join us next Saturday evening when we present Love's Labours Lost. We will also shortly be announcing an upcoming Sonnet Slam, which will be a lot of fun, as well as another recurring series, The Hound of the Baskervilles, presented, we think, 2 chapters a week, sort of a modern social distancing version of the way it was originally published. Thank you, and good